Hey everyone, welcome back to my tutorial. In this series of tutorials, we are creating a Tic Tac Toe game, using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In the previous part, we developed the UI of the game. In this part, we will develop the back end of the game, using JavaScript. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Open your code editor, and create a JavaScript file. Copy the code for the SVGs of X and O, from the link in the description. Select the X score, and O score divs, using querySelector. Select the Player Select menu. Select the Reset button, and Winner divs. Lastly, select all the cells, which are the TD elements, using querySelector all. Declare a game started variable, with initial value as false. We will default the player symbol to X. Declare X score, and O score variables, with initial value as 0. Set the innerHTML of icon div, of the XDIV, and YDIV, to the respective SVG. Declare a 3x3 array, filled with empty strings. This will represent the actual board, that is being shown to the user on the screen. Now, declare a startGame function, where we will set up the game. Set value of game started variable to true. Iterate over the cells array, to set pointer events of each cell, to all. Set the pointer events, of select menu, XDIV, and ODIV, to none, so user cannot change the opponent or side, after starting the game. Declare an endGame function, which will be exact opposite of startGame function. Set value of game started variable to false. Interchange the all and non-pointer events for cells and XDIV, ODIV, and select menu. Let's write a declareWinner function, which will display the winner of the game. It will take the winner as argument. If winner is not draw, then we will increment the score of the respective winner. Again, depending on the winner, we will update the inner HTML of score div, of the XDIV, or ODIV. Get the SVG of the symbol of the winner. Let's create an HTML string, which we will populate with winner. Create a div element, with class as icon. Put the SVG inside it. Set the inner HTML of winner div to this string. Else, if winner is draw, we will set inner HTML of winner div to draw. Set display style of winner div to flex. Let's write a checkWinner function, which will check for every possibility of winning the game. Declare an array, which will hold the elements of the left diagonal. Declare another array, which will hold the elements of right diagonal. Declare 3 more arrays, to hold the elements of each column separately. Since board array already consists of rows, we won't declare separate arrays for them. Concatenate the diagonal arrays to board array. Push the column arrays to this array. Use a for loop to iterate over the array. Let's check for a winner by using the every method. The test would check if every element of the subarray is not an empty string, and it equals to first element of the subarray. If there's a winner, we will get the symbol of the winner. Call the endGame function, and declareWinner function, and pass the winner to it. Return true, to stop the further execution of the function. Outside the for loop, we will check if every element of flattened board array is not an empty string. If this is the case, then it's likely to be a draw, since there is no winner, or else the condition in the for loop would have been executed. Call the declareWinner function, and pass the winner as draw. Also call the endGame function. Declare an updateBoard function, which will update the element of the board, at given row and column, with given value. Write a makeMove function, which will make a move on the board. It will take the cell, and play a symbol as argument. Set the pointer events of cell to none. Get the SVG of the player symbol, using querySelector. Use setTimeout, with 1 millisecond delay, to asynchronously set stroke-offset of the SVG to 0. We will get the row number from the parent element of the cell by replacing the word row with empty string of the second class and multiplying it with 1. Since arrays start from 0, we will subtract 1 from it. Similarly, get the column number by replacing the word cell from the second class, multiplying it with 1, and subtracting 1 from it. Call the updateBoard function, and pass the player symbol, row, and column to it. Also call the checkWinner function. Let's add a click event listener to XDIV. Set player symbol to X. Add player active class to XDIV. Remove the player active class from ODIV. Do the same thing with ODIV. Iterate over the cells array, using forEach method. Set innerHTML of each cell to XSVG, plus OSVG. Add a click event listener to the cell. Define a click function, which will take an event object as argument. If the player hasn't selected an opponent, we will alert him about it. Do a return to stop the further execution of the game. If game is not started, we will call the startGame function. If value of select menu is human, we will call the makeMove function, and pass the target cell, and player symbol to it. Since the user is playing with a friend, we will keep switching between X and O player symbols, after each move. Add a click event listener to the reset button. We will reset the game to its initial state. Set game started to false. Set winner divs display property to none. Get the currently active player's symbol by getting the class name of player active class's SVG element. We will empty the board by mapping its subarrays to empty strings. Iterate over each cell, using forEach method. Set the pointer events of cell to all. For all the SVG elements inside the cell, set their display property to none. Reset the stroke dash offset, depending on its class name, as the offsets are different, for X and O SVGs. Set pointer events of XDIV, ODIV, and select menu, to all. So here, our project for this part is ready. Let's run and test it. Forgot to mention, in the makeMove function, set the SVG's display property to block. it is working as expected. So that's all for today. Hope you would have enjoyed the tutorial. In the next part, we will add AI to the game, so you can play against a computer. Please be sure to drop a like on this video, and subscribe to my channel for more such tutorials. I will meet you next time. Till then, good luck, and peace.